What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Two-Wheeled Rider YouTube channel. My name is Mario Orsini, and in today's video, I am going to be reviewing the Alpinestars Faster 4 Drystar Riding Shoe. God, is that a mouthful. So for the last 7-8 years, I've mainly been riding adventure bikes, dirt bikes, and doing a lot of touring. Now that I've added a sport bike into the garage, if you guys didn't see that, I picked up an Aprilia 2.0 660 factory in the last couple of months. I'll link that video up there if you want to check it out. You know, on that bike, sometimes I just want to go out and have a little bit of fun on it, throw on a pair of jeans. I'll get to that in a later video, some actually, some pretty cool riding jeans. And I just want to go into town, maybe grab something to eat, walk around, check some stuff out, and not necessarily throw on like the full climb kit with the big heavy boots and everything else. So that's why I wanted to test these out, and I have tested them out over the last couple of months, and I want to share my thoughts with you on them today. So something I was looking for in a riding boot slash riding shoe was something that was lightweight, easy to walk around in. I'm going to go over the weight on this, but one thing I want to discuss is typically if I'm not riding and I'm just at work or walking around or whatever, I'm normally wearing Jordans or some sort of sneaker. So I wanted to go ahead and compare the weights of these shoes, these riding shoes, to what I would typically wear or what I might wear on another motorcycle. So let me show you where these things fall in at weight-wise. So I just want to note before I go over all the weights on these shoes, they're all size 12. That's what I wear, US size 12 or European size 47, which I'll get to later. So starting out on the far left, we've got the Air Jordan 1 full leather mid. That one comes in at 972 grams or 2 pounds, 2 ounces. Next up is the Alpinestars Faster 4, which is what we're reviewing today. This is the Drystar version. It comes in at 1,090 grams or about 2 pounds, 6 ounces. Next one up is just my hiking boot that, you see a lot of guys wearing hiking boots while they're riding their motorcycle. It's better protection than a sneaker is, but not as good as a CE rated, shoe or boot. They came in at 1,350 grams or 2 pounds, 15 ounces. The next one up on here is the SMX6. I believe mine's the version 2. It is the Drystar. That one came in at 2,102 grams or 4 pounds, 10 ounces. I also included my Belize, which I've been wearing for God knows how many years now. That is my default touring boot. That again is also a Drystar boot. That one came in at 2,644 grams, and that also comes out to about 5 pounds, 13 ounces. And then just for fun, and yes, I actually do have the Diva Pink Tech 10s. I weighed my Tech 10s. They came in at 4,604 grams or over 10 pounds. So anyway, these do stack up pretty well. They are pretty light. I can tell you walking around in them, they are light, they are comfortable. But they come in somewhere between a sneaker and a hiking boot weight-wise. Okay, so what separates something like this from your hiking boot, maybe your work boot, or your sneaker? Well, first off, it's way more protective than a sneaker is. It is CE rated, and it does have ankle protection and sole and heel protection in it. And it's also better than most hiking boots are too because of the sole. If you look at this, this is made so you can land a motorcycle on it and it won't crush. So you don't have to worry about crushing your foot with the sole of it there. And again, like I said, it does have ankle protection. These things are CE rated. That is something that most hiking boots are not. Another thing that separates it is it does have reinforcement here where the shifter is. And it also has some abrasion resistance along the outer part of it and around the heel. It's not nearly as protective as a race boot or a purpose-built motorcycle boot, but it is far more protective than regular footwear. And it's far more comfortable than wearing one of those boots, especially off the bike, which is why I was looking for something like this shoe. Another reason why I went with this one as opposed to, one of the other Faster 4s, and they've been making these things for a while. When I say Faster 4, this is the latest iteration. They've had Faster 3s, Faster 2s. I wanted the Drystar just in case I got caught out in the rain. Drystar is basically Alpinestars' version of a waterproof membrane. It's not Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex is a licensed name and a licensed product that companies use. A lot of companies now have their own in-house. Alpinestars has been using this for a really long time. Is it as good as Gore-Tex? I don't know. It's been a little hit or miss. I haven't gotten these wet. My Belize, I've been able to walk through quite a bit of water and not get those wet. My Enduro 7s that are Drystar, they don't seem to be quite as good. But hey, there is some added benefit to them being waterproof. When it comes to like the type of weather you want to wear these things in, I will say the Drystar breathes fairly well. It won't breathe quite as well as the non-Drystar, but I think you could wear these things throughout most temperature ranges. I would have no issue going into hot weather wearing them. If it were to get cold, and I haven't ridden them in really cold weather, I would probably want something with a little bit more protection. And when I say protection, wind protection, cold protection, I'd probably want to wear a little bit taller boot. But I've had them out on cooler days. They're just fine. You just need to make sure you wear a little bit taller sock. All right, so next let's talk about the type of riding you're going to do in them. For me, I got them for sport bike riding. I think they're great for that. I think they would also be good for guys that are riding around on cruisers that don't want to wear a big boot. I think they're just good for all-around general riding. One thing they're not good at, do not wear these things on your adventure bike or dirt bike riding. They offer not nearly enough protection for that. There's no shin protection. There's not enough. Don't wear them on something like that. Wear them on a sport bike. Wear them on something road-oriented. I mean, if you're going to ride your adventure bike all on road to go somewhere, I think they're fine for that. I would be a little bit concerned given how, you know, the rubber, this is a little bit softer sole on this thing. Adventure bike pegs are probably going to dig into this quite a bit more than, you know, sport bike or a cruiser that may have floorboards. Speaking of which, they look really, really clean because I cleaned them up for this video. They were kind of dirty. This is great. You get really good, when it comes to the sole, you get really good feedback on your foot pegs. The other thing you get good feedback on is your brake shifter. You can feel, or not your brake shifter, your brake lever. You can feel that really well. And also, even though they're reinforced on top, and this is obviously the wrong side, you got good feedback on your shifter. When walking around in them, they're actually really comfortable. They don't weigh that much. I don't know. From a distance, they can pass as a sneaker. They do look a little funky, but they look way less funky than, you know, wearing a motorcycle boot around when you're off the bike. So when it comes to sizing, they fit true to size for me. Like I said, I wear a size 12 in most every shoe or a size 47 in every other Alpinestars boot that I have. And God knows how many I have. I probably have like 6, 7 pairs. I wear size 47 in these too. So they are true to size. They're very comfortable. I know I kind of mentioned that earlier, but most Alpinestars boots that you get, or in this case shoes, my first pair of shoes I've had, they're comfortable from the moment you step into them. They don't require much break-in. If I had, now, styling's always going to be, you know, I was going to say, if I had to bring up a con, styling's always going to be in the eye of the beholder. So you either like the style, you don't like the style. If I had to bring up one con with this shoe that some folks may point out, it's the fact that they are lace up. I know a lot of people don't like lace up. They either want a bolt, or not a bolt, but like a strap that comes across, or something else, zippers. It would be kind of nice. I mean, it might have been cool if they would have had a zipper up the side so you could lace them up once. A lot of people don't like this because they're afraid it might get caught in the chain, might get caught on, you know, on a foot peg or a shifter or whatever. I will say I'm not really concerned about it because once you get them laced up, I tuck the laces in up here on the Velcro piece that reinforces, you know, closing these things up. So I don't really find it to be that big a deal. They are easy to get on and off your foot because they do lace up. They just lace up like a standard shoe does. But that might be something that you're not into because it does have laces. Or maybe you just never learned to tie your shoes and they're a problem and you need to get Velcro or something like that. So price point wise, they come in, I thought they were a pretty good deal. They come in about $210. I mean, it's a hell of a lot cheaper than buying, you know, a full-size boot, and I'm not trying to cut on cost here. Again, this is just something I can walk around in, not necessarily stick out like a sore thumb if I'm walking into a restaurant or I'm going shopping for a little bit. And it was a nice day. I just wanted to get the Aprilia out. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the Alpinestars Faster 4 Drystar riding shoes. I've really enjoyed them so far. I plan on, it's getting wintertime here, but when springtime rolls back around, I plan on wearing these things quite a bit. In the wintertime, I may throw the boots back on, like I said, just for a little bit more added wind protection to keep myself warm. But anyway, I'm really enjoying the shoes, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on them today. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, considering that subscribe button, because if you like motorcycles, well, this is the place to be. If you have any questions about these things, maybe it's a few months from now, I've worn them a little bit more, you want to know if I'm still liking them, how they're holding up, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, I'll talk to you again soon.